Hey Olivia, thank you so
Hi,
much
Jay.
for agreeing to do this interview. It's really
Absolute
kind.
pleasure.
Thank you. So, I just wanted to introduce you a little bit so we have a little bit of background.
Hmm.
And first of all, I want to say thank you so much for joining our menopause program and for trusting Sukan and I to guide you through this menopause transformation journey of yours. And it was such a pleasure to work with you, honestly, and to witness, I think, your commitment mainly, which were,
Mm.
if you're committed to your own well-being, then you're going to do really well. And that was the thing
Thank
that
you.
was really inspiring for both of us. And you joined us in April with
Gosh.
what, yeah, with quite a few symptoms. And I just want to talk through that. Is that all right?
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant. Thank you. So, can you tell us about your initial experience with menopause and what symptoms were you experiencing?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jay. Right. So I came to Soul Nourish because I was, I would probably say at rock bottom with perimenopause. I'd been suffering pretty much in silence, other than my family, for about 6 years. I didn't know what was happening. I couldn't find out from the doctor. Well, I couldn't get an appointment with the doctor that didn't then give me antidepressants. And I just had no idea where to turn about what my symptoms were. I did, so I did, I hit rock bottom in the sort of February, March of this year.
Mm,
And I I sort of self-diagnosed that I had PMDD, which is a very severe form of premenstrual syndrome,
mm,
PMS. And I just had, yeah, it was, I was not in a good place. My nutrition was off, my mind was off, my soul had turned off. I was stressed, I was gaining weight. I didn't know why. I was had a head full of all these different things that the world should tell you that you're meant to feel and how you cure them. And I was
mm.
trying seed cycling and exercise, but none of it made me feel any better. Um, and then I came across you through a Google search.
That's right. I
Yeah,
remember.
because I filled in your form, because I put in symptoms of PMDD and nutrition, I think. So it wasn't even a weight loss journey, it was
Mm,
a mental health journey,
mm,
into my perimenopause, and I filled out your online form.
mm.
And then you got back to me.
So, thank you for that. Thank you for your honesty and everything and going into that again. How do these symptoms affect your daily life and like both physically and emotionally?
Um, Horribly. So, well, PMDD is what I have worked out. And again, no doctor
Mm,
diagnosed this. It was Jay and I that worked out that these were probably my symptoms. So I was happy as Larry. I have a loving family. I run my own business. I'm active. I'm healthy, or I thought I was healthy. I was sort of Instagram healthy in that
mm,
I thought I was doing the right thing. I have a long history of emotional eating.
mm,
Um, but I thought I'd sort of into my 40s, my mid 40s, I thought I'd got a grip to it. But and then that week before my period, I would press self-destruct. My eating would go away, my mind would go away. At my worst points, I collapsed on the floor and I couldn't move. I would be angry with myself, my family, the stress of work, and I would either binge eat or I would drink binge or I would just do anything to cover it up and hope it would go away. And then as soon as I came on, I would have a heavy period, but my mind would go back to normal. So, and I had this every month. So I was scared. I was scared of, I was scared of that week that I
mm.
knew that would happen. And at its very worst, I I yeah, I tried to do dreadful things. Yeah, that wasn't great. And that was when I did get to the doctor, because I had changed my doctor's surgery, and she signed me off work for a month,
Mm,
which because I've run my business for 13 years has never happened. I've never not been at work. So, and that was when I found Jay. And that's when I knew I had to change. My husband was like, this cannot go on. You can't take drugs. We don't believe in pharmaceutical drugs.
mm.
So you have to find a different way.
Right, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that about your husband as well, actually.
Yeah, well,
So yeah.
it's been hard for him. He sees
Mm,
me sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde character,
mm,
and
mm,
he didn't get it because I would get so angry with the family and myself because I just didn't know what was going on in my head. I guess that I'd had a hormone imbalance, but I
mm.
didn't know what it was or what it meant or how to work it out. I was so lost with what was happening to me. And I think when he saw me just before I met you,
Mm.
he realized that this wasn't just a normal period. It was, it was something was wrong.
So that's what prompted you to like seek help at that point. It was
Yeah,
because you were signed off work and
yeah,
it was getting, like you said before, you hit rock bottom and your husband had said, find somebody. That's what prompted you to
yeah,
like go out and do a search.
yeah. He realized that it wasn't just me being a premenstrual woman,
Yeah,
it was something else.
yeah.
He was devastated.
So his um like understanding and his compassion was like really key for you during this.
Yeah,
This,
yeah, because it was in the past, it was when we would fight because I was, we lost communication because of
mm,
that time in my head where obviously my hormones went array and I didn't know who I was. Um, and that's what would happen every single month.
mm,
And we knew
gosh.
that there was a pattern, but we didn't know why. And I would try my best with things that I found out online, but none of it with consistency or real understanding. I just had nowhere to turn.
Mm. So what were your initial thoughts, or did you have any hesitations once we'd spoken and had our call, and you decided to do the program? Did you have any initial thoughts or hesitations before starting?
No, no, because I met you. I met you. Sorry.
Oh,
I met you and you were so kind and you were so understanding and you just got me. You realized that it wasn't just food and hormones. You realized it was my soul and it was it was a journey that I had to re I it was a path I had to take a different path. And you understood my hesitation with drugs and HRT, and that there was part of my soul was a ray,
mm,
and I meditate, and that's a big part of what I tried to do to keep myself sane. And you understood that immediately. I signed up knowing that I didn't realize how much, but I knew that you were going to take me on a path that would help me. I didn't realize again how much, but you took me on a path that I didn't know was at all possible. Sorry, I don't mean to be emotional,
no,
but
that's
I didn't have any hesitation. Not after we had that lengthy
mm,
conversation. You were very kind with your time.
okay. Thank you. Are you okay?
Yep, yep, good. Back to it.
Oh, your tears are like just testament to your commitment. For me, that's what it is, and it's um,
Well, I was ready.
yeah,
I was so ready to change. I knew that my life just couldn't go on like this. And as I said, I have a lovely life. I love
mm,
who I am. I love well, I was waning with loving who I was because it was so draining. But everything else around me
Yeah.
was
External situation.
external situations. My
Right.
kids are great, they're healthy, they're happy. I'm in a loving, amazing, loving relationship. I've understood that, my path of spirituality and what my important things are. I had, through meditation and breath work, and that love is the key to everything. And what I had lost was loving myself.
Yeah.
And
Can I take
you
the
recognize that.
Oh, you're gonna make me emotional in a minute.
Sorry.
No.
Or crying Friday. Okay, yeah. Go
Um,
ahead.
just to take you a bit deeper into the program, can you describe your experience on our natural menopause roadmap program?
Right. So it's a full journey. So what I experienced with Soul Nourish is a full journey, not only of my soul, but of also my nourishing myself.
Mm.
It's such a clever a business name because it's from thought to finish. So I had all these thoughts about nutrition, about my why I ate. So I had all these preconceived ideas about nutrition, about menopause, about many perimenopause, and a lot of it actually wasn't true. And what you did, and I'll talk about Sukhan later, but what you did was reteach me everything about nutrition. And I think one of the most important things, and there's many important things that I've learned, is that nutrition isn't about weight loss. It is
Yeah.
about feeding my body. It's about nourishing my body and my soul. And none of it is about weight loss. It's about how important food is, because we are what we eat, and finding out why foods matter, when they matter, how they can, the importance of when, not when you eat, but how you eat,
Yeah.
but just that food is this magical, amazing tool that that nobody tells you. It's highlighted, but it doesn't really, it sort of glosses over the fact of how important it is. And it's nothing to do with weight loss. For me, now, if you eat properly, I've seen the wonderful benefits that I've lost weight, and I've lost more weight than I have ever have. But
Mm.
that's not my journey. My
Yeah.
journey is understanding that food plays a huge part of menopause, of certainly going through this period of my life. I'm not menopausal yet, but I'm perimenopausal.
Mm.
Um, and that's what the program taught you. So it's so in depth. But it makes so much sense if you're willing to listen to Jay and really listen. The course makes so much sense because it tells you about food and its purposes and its role, and you learn through the Practice Better, which is the portal,
Yeah.
about how it can help you and how it can nourish you and how it's good for your mind, your body, your soul. And I have retrained my whole understanding of what food is for me. And that is, after 48 years, that is amazing. That has been my biggest change, I think. The weight loss is a lovely, added extra. It's made me feel more lively. It's made me move forward. It's been like I don't step on the scales, but I know with my clothes.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and and that has been a nice sort of motivator. But it's now, and I can't stop telling everybody about we are what we eat and how much change it can have. Certainly if you understand about real food and its real powers. So through supplements, through teas, through seeds, nuts, I mean, it's just fruits, the whole thing. You relearn your whole understanding of the power of food.
How liberating. I mean, what you're saying just is giving me goosebumps, as to what you've learned, and it just sings to my heart. But how liberating to detach from the weight loss
Oh,
and that not be your goal anymore.
it's unreal. Now I'm human. I have moments of vanity,
Mm,
um, and it fluctuates, but I'm okay with that now. I've come, and again through the work that I do with Sukhan, I'm okay with that. I know that it's not the be all or end all. I
mm,
know that if I have a bad day, or it's not really a bad day. It's
no.
we don't have bad days, but it's more of a day where I haven't planned properly,
Yeah.
or do you know what? I just want to. I don't have the shame and guilt around that,
Yeah.
because this is a lifetime journey. Um, my mind takes over, my ego, my consciousness, subconsciousness takes over, and I do find myself picking up something that's not the most nutritious to me.
Mm,
But what I don't do now, if I do, so I've learned to put that down and be like, really, is that going to make you feel better? So that's one thing I've learned. But then if I do, I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing myself.
brilliant.
I'm not going to absolutely berate myself that I'll won't sleep at night, that that sort of, oh, what's the point then? I just won't. I've done it. I've broken that. I can't be a good person. So why should I bother? Mm-mm. Not for
Mm,
Olivia anymore. It's
yeah.
bigger. The picture is bigger. The journey is longer.
Yeah. And we can't attain this through shaming ourselves,
No.
this freedom that we want.
No, and I also don't live in an ashram,
Mm,
as
yeah,
much as I would love to sometimes. I live in
I'll
Southeast
take you
London.
there.
Oh, please. I live in Southeast London. I run a busy company. I've got kids.
Mm,
I've got a lot of emotional baggage with food, and that's not just going to be cured in 6 months. Now, you've really taught me massively, but I do step off. And I'm okay with that now, because I know the next day I've got the tools, and this is what's
yeah.
practice better. This is what Soul Nourish teaches you, is the tools. And if you have to be open. You just have to surrender
Mm,
to that. These guys know what they're talking about, because they really do. And they have cornered the market in not only nutrition, but the understanding of why, which is why it's such a beautiful connection with Jay and Sukhan, because it's like nothing else. It's so deep, and you just have to surrender to them, and they will, yeah, you just have to let go. You have to let go of
and trust.
everything and trust. And that's what I did, because I couldn't not. I trusted you, and
I'm so grateful to that.
you both of you have, and that's what the journey takes you, that through the path. I'm
Mm,
6 months signed up, um, and I've got a huge notebook that is like my Bible now, of things to remind me, and I keep rereading it, all the bits I've learned.
amazing.
Mindful eating, supplements, the foods, what to look for on food labels, quantities, the good foods, how you make good food taste wonderful, why I shouldn't eat the rubbish. Um, so it's it's from
Brilliant.
thought to finish, Soul Nourish. And even in that 6 months, it is thought to finish. I've learned. Now, obviously, I've got to keep on learning, but I feel like I've really, that's been long enough to change my mindset.
Mm, brilliant. And it's a journey, isn't it? And
Oh,
we're
it's a
living the rest of
lifetime.
our lives. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's more to learn.
yeah,
And, you can do the learning. It's a constant reprogramming and
yeah,
constant, like, checking in with yourself.
yeah. But you have, but through Soul Nourish, I've completely changed the way of, I thought I was studying maths, and then I've realized that I needed to study, science or English. It's completely, I thought one thing, and now you've completely opened my mind to another thing, and I carry on learning. So I keep on reading.
Brilliant.
I have changed the way I shop. I've changed the way I exercise. I've changed the way I dress in the morning. I've changed the
Amazing.
way I speak to my family. I've just, everything's changed because I know it's not society telling me how I should look anymore. It's my path of wellness.
I'm so glad to hear that it's been so far reaching. And that was our intention as well, because it has a ripple effect throughout the family, throughout your business, that's the work that, you know, we are doing with you. And I'm really glad that you're, you know, reiterating that this is what you've experienced as well. So
yeah, my family call me Gwyneth Paltrow. I think I'm now this wellness guru because I'm like, no, don't just drink water, try water. You know, but it's, you know, they're going through big stages of their life,
yeah.
and they see the benefits. They sleeping better. They're you know, they're feeling more energized. It's
How fantastic is that?
yeah, and it's not just rabbit food, you know, it's
No,
what society tells
nobody can
you.
eat rabbit food. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's so far from what the world tells you
Mm.
of what perimenopause should be, what food should be. Now, I might need to go on HRT in the future. I don't know. I don't really care at this point. But what I do know is that I can make myself feel well through nourishing myself.
You're
And that's what,
preparing yourself for menopause now
yeah,
through doing this in perimenopause,
yeah.
which is what we want, really. And if you can continue like this, there's no reason why you can't continue without HRT. So, but like
Yeah.
you say, it's not something for you to worry about right
No,
now.
not interested. Still
Yeah,
have
you're
periods,
just
still,
doing
you
really
know, just
well.
doing my day to day. Another thing is the accountability. So Jay, through Soul Nourish, sets up speaking with women who are in the who are also on the plan. And that is inspiring. If you're like me, you love accountability is one of the cleverest things ever. But she makes it's fun. So the Tuesday evenings where we learned new things, or we just chatted, or we had a giggle, or we, you know, we were so open and honest. And I
Yeah.
think that's the vibe that you give. You're so open and honest. So it makes us feel safe. And that's what I felt. I felt safe with
So,
the,
so
yeah.
glad that this is, you know, how you felt on the program, really.
Oh my gosh, I could talk forever. I could talk for
So,
so.
Olivia, how soon did you start noticing changes from beginning the program?
Yeah, it takes a little while. So I think
It's a while to go back to remember, I
it
guess.
is actually
Yeah.
because it feels my life, my day feels so different. Okay, so I think the biggest thing for me was that almost, so I started with you in April.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing for me was that in my first period, I didn't have, that's what it was. I didn't have any symptoms, and I have not had an ounce, not even a sprinkling of PMDD symptoms since I have been with you. I don't care if I put on weight, that, which, you know, just to show that's not the important thing,
Mm.
which I haven't. I've lost quite a lot of weight, but
Yeah.
the thing was, since I'd signed up with you, I have not had any of the, now I might have a few, I've just come on.
Mm.
So I've got heavy periods, cramps,
Mm.
but I know what to do with that now. I'm on a leafy green week, because I've learned the power of leafy greens. But I have not had one PMDD symptom since I started with you,
Yeah,
which is
that's
crazy.
fantastic. Yeah, after 6 years of suffering.
After 6 years of suffering. So
So
that has
pleased.
been, so that was the real, I almost forgot that I was coming on. I was due on. because I didn't have that week.
Mm.
And
Were
I haven't.
there any challenges or unexpected benefits during your journey with us?
Yeah, yeah, loads. Challenges. It's hard. You have to, I had to commit. It's not just about, it's not that sort of paying the gym memberships. I paid, so I have to. That's the
Mm.
thing. It's, I had to rethink my whole self, and I had to push. Eating was my emotional go-to. So I've had to go out of my comfort zone and
Mm.
change that. Um, and that is really, really hard. But because of the continuity of Soul Nourish and how you drop in and the protocols, the Tuesdays, um, you've got that accountability stops it being so challenging that you want to give up, because
Mm.
Jay's there. So that has been, and it will be probably the continuing, is that I have to trust in what you've taught me, that I trust in myself, and that it does work. Because, again, I don't live in an ashram and life takes over. So that's really challenging, but you have to let go and surrender, because they've got you. The unexpected benefits is Sukhan. I just didn't realize the power of him. We had amazing sessions. He's so personable. But he wanted to show me the power of BWRT. And I have been and I have the ancestral flow of being a nail biter. My father did it. And he was like, oh, well, that's an easy one. We can do that in half a session. And since I've had, and he showed me how BWT would work. And we've been using it for emotional eating and trusting and believing in myself and finding out about that I have the power within. But then just like that, middle of session, we did a BWRT on nail biting, and I haven't bitten my nails. I've been biting my nails my whole
Crazy.
life, and it drives my family crazy. Gone. Stop. I was like, what's happened? And it is the power of the mind.
Mhm.
And that has been, I didn't really understand how he would come into the course, but it is one of the cleverest things I've ever experienced, is the combination of you both.
Mhm.
That
Thank you.
you do all the sort of deep work and the information and the showing up and the understanding, and you know so much about nutrition. I mean, you could just ask you anything, you'd be like, oh, hold on, yes, I know a supplement or a seed or a food. And you're like, okay, I've got so many notes about, right, if I feel this, then I should eat this. And it's so clever. And then he just sort of sweeps in and just like makes it all go away. So,
His
yeah.
work is amazing. He is amazing at what he does.
Well, yeah, he is. But for Soul Nourish and the road through menopause, it's the combination of you. You couldn't have one without the other, because
No,
you have to have the deep
absolutely.
understanding of nutrition, which obviously I don't have as much as you, but that's what you try and that's what you convey, is the understanding, the science, the facts about nutrition, and opening up the world of real food. And then you need him. For me, I needed him to look at the emotional.
I completely agree with you. I think this is why we joined forces, because we
Yeah,
realized
so
we had
clever.
something really powerful to offer um, women in menopause, perimenopause, and to have a transformation. Because what we want for you isn't just a change, isn't for you to just, for over a few months, change some nutrition and lose some weight or get rid of some health concern that you have. We want
Mm,
this to be like sustainable, long
mm.
lasting. And the only way we could do that was with both of us,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
working on the mind as much as the physical aspects, and the working on the soul, and I think everything in combination.
And the journey is not instant. It's so, for me, it was so deep rooted. Society, certainly, well, no, even back when I was younger, society rams down your throat about how you look, how you feel, your understanding of food, why you eat. And then they sort of drip feed this strange nutrition, what they think is nutritional advice, because then you've got to be skinny, you've got to be, you've got to float through menopause. And none of it is with any substance. It's all this instantaneous, and none of it just leaves you, I'm sure that's why they do it, but it just leaves you feeling rubbish about yourself. And then, something pops up on your phone and it tells you that you've got to start again. And it keeps you in a cycle of such misery. And what you offer is such a light of hope, because it's not instant. If
It's
you
not.
if you want change, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Exactly.
I love that saying. I will never change if I don't change myself. It's just not going to happen. You can't do it for, transform your body in, 2 weeks. It's just
No, it doesn't work like that,
not like
because
that. It's
you
a
rebound.
lifetime,
Yeah,
because of the mind, how the mind works. So you can learn and learn and learn and learn. But if you haven't changed, looked within, because all the answers are within, and that's what Sukhan shows you, that it's already in there.
yeah, and
Yeah,
he's just
no,
bringing it out of you, right? Which
yeah,
is like really powerful. And for
yeah,
us, what was so inspiring was that you really did the work. And that's what makes the difference between somebody who does really well on this program and somebody who possibly doesn't do as well,
yeah,
because you did that deep dive and you wanted to learn about yourself, because that's what it is ultimately.
yeah.
It's
Well,
not
as I said,
about
thank you. I have I have for a good 5, 6 years now been looking within.
mm,
So through meditation, breath work, especially, I do a lot of breath work. And because my path had taken me that way, which is why when I found you, it felt really aligned with my thinking. I think if you're ready, and nothing else had worked. And I needed something
mm,
that aligned with my soul, because, you know,
yeah,
what's the point of life if it doesn't align with your soul? Everything on externally is, I don't really care if I'm fat or
yeah.
it's not the point. The
I
point,
agree.
the point is my soul, my mind. Um, it's like good or bad. It's not the point.
Mm. And whether
Um,
I think that's a really good point you make, that when you do embark on a journey, it's got to align with you.
yeah,
Do and yeah, this
yeah.
might
And the women that
be.
were on the roadmap are the same.
Yeah,
There's something in their soul that realizes that there's a different way.
yeah,
And if you go along that path, if you take that path, then there's abundance. But the abundance, and the byproduct is weight loss, but the
yeah.
abundance is health, is a clarity of mind, an understanding of oneself, or at least a glimpse of understanding of oneself. It changes everything. And I will never forget what you've taught me.
Very good to hear. Very good to hear.
Might not always be great, but I will always try.
That's all that it is, isn't it? And if
Yeah.
you're already thinking this way, there's no reason why you can't continue it, because you're on a path to unlearn what you've learned through all
Mm.
these decades and relearn what your soul is crying out to you. you've
Yeah.
already begun that journey. So there's no going back from that.
No, no,
So
no. I have my seagull in mind, and
great.
I do my affirmations, and I
Brilliant.
love it. And I eat such wonderful food now. I really enjoy food. I receive my millets,
Mm,
and
fabulous.
I just enjoy the process of food and understanding it and how it makes me feel, because the benefits, once you start over it's like leafy greens. I mean, that has been mind-blowing. I loved spinach and cabbage, but I did not realize the benefits of
Mm,
leafy greens. And it's just they've got hidden powers. And once it starts, like it's been 6 months now, and certainly after the cleanse,
yeah.
that has it's just, I don't want food that doesn't make me feel good, because it makes me feel so good.
Brilliant. And I love that it's not just about having the leafy greens, but you understand why and what
Yeah,
it does to your body, which is what I really want as a mentor, a
yeah.
coach, a nutritional therapist. I want that you to get that understanding behind it, because then you will continue to do that. But if you don't understand why you're eating something,
Exactly.
it will fall off, because there's been no understanding, no change of perception of something for you.
And you are so in depth. You know, you know about so much about food and its properties and its benefits. And that's been lovely to learn. And you portray it really, you teach it really well. It's not just a sort of overwhelming scientific lesson. It's with passion and love and understanding, and how it's helped you.
Yeah.
That makes the program really easy to understand.
Thank you. So would you recommend our natural menopause roadmap to
Ooh,
others
let me
experiencing
think.
menopause?
Let me think. Yeah. If you have, if you've tried everything else, if you've got an ounce in your heart or your head that your soul needs nourishing, then you must try the program. I don't know what anybody else will get out of it. All I can say is that for me, I have never, ever, ever had anything other than having a child that has changed my life so profoundly and with such richness. Never. And once you're in, you can't go back. When somebody has touched your heart and your soul so deeply, you don't go back from it. And I don't want to go. But I've got to trust myself,
You've
and
got
I've
to,
got
yeah.
to I've got to try it out. And I know where you are, which is always good to know. And yeah, but yes, but you have to have that. You have to have gone, it's like the lotus flower. You have to be under that muddy pond.
Mm,
You have to be so in the dark. Well, you don't have to be, but if you are so covered by the craziness and the darkness of food and nourishing and perimenopause and menopause, and you cannot see the light, Jay and Sukun help you push through, and like a lotus flower, you will bloom.
wonderful words. What advice would you give to other women who are currently going through menopause? From your experience, what advice would you give?
Stop, 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 and rethink everything you think you know. Surrender to the fact that what our society teaches us is not in your benefit. Stop and at least look into another way of thinking. Because if you are in that grind of listening to the instantaneousness of what the advice that they give you, or you're stuck with your doctor, or you're stuck with medication, stop and give yourself a moment to think that there are other routes, and that you don't have to go down a conventional route, and that it's not just your body you need to change and you nourish and look after. You've got to nourish your soul.
Yeah, that's powerful, and I think that's really key. It's not just your body, which I think
No,
many women think it's
not your
the
hormone.
physical symptoms.
Yeah, it's your soul and your love for yourself and your understanding. It's your chance as wiser older women that we are now. And another thing, actually, I've just come on, and I love it.
My God, and
I mean,
I knew
what?
you would say that. And it's wonderful to hear you say that, but you never think you can ever say that. I mean, in my experience, it was exactly the same. And
I
that's
love it. I love it because I'm now this wise woman. I don't know who I'm wise to, but I'm wise to myself, and that's all
yeah, that is all that matters.
that I've given
Beautiful.
myself an opportunity to look at a different route, and that's one of the and now this, certainly after that book that I read about the period, it's just I now, if you hate things, including yourself, you're always going to go down a path of destruction.
Yeah,
But if you learn to love yourself and nourish your soul, everything else falls into place, because we have all the answers within. But Jay and Sue can make you look within and give you the tools, and then you can start. Everybody has the power to change
absolutely. Amazing.
and
Okay.
bloom.
Yes, and bloom. How would you sum up your experience on our program in one sentence?
The Soul Nourish program has not only informed me about the power of food, you have informed me about the power of my soul and what I can learn, what I can change, and the power that I have to move forward. It's the empowerment. Sorry, it's not one sentence, because Olivia doesn't do one sentence. I think it's the program empowers you from within. It nourishes. It's such a clever company name. It nourishes your soul through mind, body, nutrition, food, understanding, love, commitment, support. It's the whole thing.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, thank you so, so much for,
Pleasure.
first of all, agreeing to do this interview, but on the program for both of us to see, I mean, you used the word bloom, to literally see you bloom and come out of that, you know, and I use that lotus energy as well, because it's from that place of, you know, being rock bottom, or, you know, from that drudge and mud, something beautiful can be born, and that's for us to realize. So from where you were on that first call, I remember, and it's not 6 months is not a long time.
I know, it makes me cry thinking of how broken and lost I was.
And to see you now, and like your, just the way your confidence and you know your, how you inspire others as well in the group. You know, many were inspired by you and by what you would say, and we started a book club because of the book that you introduced us to.
I've got to send you another one as well.
Yeah, please
Oh
do.
God.
And so yeah, you're such a valuable member, and I know that everybody's really going to miss you, but at the end of the 6 months, people take on different journeys. Some people continue, and some people want to, you know, see, okay, what have I learned? And I love that. I really love that. You want to like
Yeah.
trust in yourself and take this forward and, you know, see how you are in this space now. And I just absolutely
Well, you've
love that trust within you.
it's you two that have put it there. It's only because I feel I've got such clarity of information, such knowledge of what your course means. It's, as I said, it's thought to finish. It's start to finish. It makes sense. It's linear, but in its learning, but it's where that linear line leads is also for me so it's so divergent on what I experience from it. So it's very clear. It's a roadmap. It's exactly what our group is called, is a roadmap. But what you give is I can take so much away from it, and then I go on another journey and another path.
Yeah,
And
oh,
learn
that's
something
wonderful.
new. And that's what, but from start to finish, it is very linear and it's very clear, and it teaches so much. So for me, I felt confident enough that I could, knowing that I can always come back.
Yeah.
But knowing that
Of course.
I felt confident enough that what I had been taught in that 6 weeks, the 6 months, was enough for me to step back and be like, right, take a breath. See where I stand on my own, and let's just give it a go.
Yeah.
Leap and a net will appear.
I could talk to you forever.
I know,
really
me too,
could.
darling. You're so wonderful. And I am your biggest advocate. I tell everybody, I tell all my clients, I've got so many female clients going through the same stage. But I think you have to find your own journey with it. Everybody has their own rock bottom.
Yeah, and they have to be ready on their
you
own.
have to be ready.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to know when your rock bottom is, and where the sun had gone. I was no longer able to see the light.
Now look at you.
And I'm on. I can't believe I'm this happy and I'm on.
That is
So yeah.
so wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A pleasure. Anything else? You always know where I am.
Yes, and keep in touch, because I want to know about all the wonderful things that you're getting involved in.
Thank you. And just from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, Jay. I could not have carried on the way I was, and now I can, and I love that.
Yeah, love that too. So thank you from Sukhan and I.
Yeah, a pleasure. Thank you.